So we're in a really difficult situation right now. People in the UK and in lots and lots of places around the world, frankly, fall into two categories at the moment. The people who are coping with the situation and the people who are really not coping with the situation. And that's totally fine. If you're in the not coping category, you have my complete sympathy. Don't watch the rest of this video. Somewhere, and I'm not good enough with technology to tell you exactly where, but in one of the directions that I'm pointing is a link to an alternative video that we've made for this week that is just silly, daft, stupid jokes about lockdown. And go and watch that, and don't worry about this, and take care. I'll see you in that video, wherever it is. If you are coping and you're ready to have some serious chat about what's going on, hold tight. Okay, hi. So there are two things that I really want to say about the current situation. Firstly, the government needs to up its game, and I know that they keep saying we're doing everything we can, and I know that there is progress. But there are still huge numbers of people who are falling through the gaps. People who are not getting the support they need to enable them to stay at home, to enable them to take the measures that keep us all safe. Let's talk about victims of domestic violence and child abuse, people who are now trapped in their homes in a situation which is dangerous, and they're either going to have to go out or they're at risk of their lives and their health and their well-being. Drug addicts. We know people with addictions are going to prioritise those addictions. That's the point. That's why they're called addictions, not hobbies. Homeless people are getting some support, not enough. We haven't got a systematic programme in place to help those who are in the sex industry, and also to help those whose work is not legal and therefore they're not able to document it. They're going to be forced to carry on working unless we can put a package in place that makes sure they're there. People who are here illegally and are therefore not able to get support. People who don't trust the government for a number of reasons. Some of the asylum seekers that I've worked with who now have their papers, who are fully, like they have permanent leave to remain in the UK, but they're vulnerable, they need to be on the assistance programme, and I say to them, fill in the government form and they should be able to get you help. And they're not going to write their name into a government website because they've had a horrific experience with the government on the way through. There are so many people who are between jobs when this kicked in, who are about to start a new job and perhaps had already started making purchases or rented a flat that was more expensive than they were going to because they were expecting their income to step up. There are so many people, and weirdly I'm one of them, people who get death threats. Usually I don't worry too much about death threats because I'm always on the move, but right now I live in the same house 24/7 and I'm going to for the foreseeable future. And if a death threat comes right through right now, it leaves me in a real quandary. The government needs to get on top of these things and do their job. I know it's tough, but they need to do their job. Secondly, so many organisations, including the government, but lots and lots of other private and public organisations too, are responding to problems by saying, don't worry, we will defer things. And I think it's about time we were a little bit honest about this. If we defer all the events that have been planned for the first 6 months of the year into the second 6 months of the year, they won't fit in the diary. I can't do 8 gigs a day. We can't have the Olympics and the football season at the same time, as well as, all these events. It doesn't work like that. The audience won't be there. This infrastructure won't be there. We've got to admit that some of these things are cancelled. And the same goes for organisations who are allowing people to defer payments. Don't pay your tax until after lockdown finishes. Great. But then you'll still have another tax bill come round super fast. You're still going to end up paying the same amount of money. And if you can't work right now, your income's gone down and you're just building up debt that you're then going to have to pay later in the year when you've got no more income coming in. I think we have to be honest and cancel the things that are cancelled and then go about helping people to make sure that they're not impacted by that. And if you're in the mood now, go and watch the silly video and I promise we'll have a bit of a laugh and I hope it cheers you up. Stay well and take care, and I'll see you for the next one.